And we're back on episode 4. This is all still part of the very first batch. I think I'm gonna be doing this in batches 4, probably. We'll see. I don't think I have the stamina to reach episode 5 today. Anyway, this is a very special episode because we have a very, very cool guest star on it. So, yeah, honestly, let's go.
I was in the street. I had a knife in one hand, an empty bottle of vodka on the other, and I kept yelling at her, "Don't talk to me like that, you bitch!"
I love how incredibly out of character this is all is. I like to imagine that there is actually a lot of sublimated or repressed anger in Peter. Like, he may resent a little the fact that he's so passive and that he's so meek, and so, you know, maybe a darker side of him manifests in his subconscious.
What happened then? And then I woke up. Well, can you hold on a sec while I go to the ladies' room?
Whoa, hold it right there.
You can tell, god damn you can tell, this is probably the most egregious example so far of how fucking goddamn my mic quality was really bad. I did not have it in me, and I had to work with like incredibly different mic qualities when it came to like the voice acting of different characters.
You can't come in here. This is our space.
Oh my...
By the way, that's Hannah Daigle, the creator of Satina, another indie show that got its pilot out a couple of years ago on YouTube. It's the one show about the tiny little demon girl who has a human father and a queen of hell mother. It's super cute, it's super funny, it's super wacky. And it's also made by Scumhouse Studio. They're really, really talented people. And I also worked on the pilot of Satina. I fully animated a couple of scenes, actually. A couple of shots at least. And yeah, that's how you make contacts, people. That's how you get like really cool voice actors in your projects. Networking, I guess.
God, are you for real? I can't believe...
Also, it was kind of unintentional, but it's really fucking funny how the fucking boys sign is pointing at Jennyffer and Peter.
You'd be so transphobic, Monica.
Excuse me?
Also, it's funny that it's Peter, the one that, like, Jennyffer is just like, oh, come on, what the fuck are you doing? Like, this is so stupid. Peter is the one that actually invokes, like, you know, social justice language.
It's Ashley now, okay? And we are super inclusive. I mean, we even let Erica come in here.
I'm a fucking trans man, you assholes!
Whatever you say, sister. Bye!
So, that's Eric. That is also played by Hannah Daigle, which is it's a lot of fun, right? The fact that the same actress plays both the bully and the trans boy. Some people might complain with the fact that the actress is not a trans boy and representation or whatever, but you know, the thing about that is that we care about this because there are so many roles out there, and almost none of them are given to trans people. And so it's even more egregious when we have a trans character, and that also doesn't go to trans people. So that's why we want to push for more trans people in our shows and whatever. Now, the thing is, I put out a call for anyone who wanted to act in this short, and nobody fucking answered. So if there are so many trans people out there who are so starving so much for voice acting roles, they should have answered to my call. So yeah, there. Also, Eric is a character from basically my entire canon of stories. I have a lot of short stories and comics and novels that I wrote and shared cinematic universes and shit. And Eric is a major character in many of those stories. And he's a character that I love to recycle and reuse in over and over again. He shows up in The Prison of Tomorrow. He shows up in Disregarding Reality. He shows up in Mama Bird. That doesn't mean that that Jennyffer is happening in those worlds. It's just I like putting Eric everywhere. I have a lot of story behind Eric, actually.
Anyway, we're not doing this because you're trans, okay? We're doing this because of what you did to Ashley.
What, convinced her to graffiti the school with her brain?
Oh my god! These
So you can see how Jenny is like unfazed by this. She's not bothered by this at all. She's full on confident. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Peter in the background, you can see how he's actually a little nervous. He's like, yeah, no, that was actually kind of fucked up, Jenny. Like, maybe we shouldn't be so proud about it. It's like, yeah, he has some moral compunctions about it.
suicide is not something to make fun of. Have some respect, you fucking tranny!
Jesus Christ, Monica.
That's me with pitch correction, and it sounds like shit, but, you know, I could have asked Hannah to read that line, but, you know, it has a translator, so, you know, if anyone is gonna say it, it's gotta be me.
Chill the fuck out. And as for you, piss off.
Everything that comes now is like a very classic, very cliched, very predictive joke structure, but I think it's, even though it's you see it coming, it's fun to just see it executed.
It's just not fair. That is very true, Jen. But this is not the school counselor, this is the nursery. And you said you needed to use the bathroom. Oh, yeah. And so you see, sometimes it can be really hard to accept yourself when nobody else will.
I see how that can hurt, Jen. But I am not the school counselor, I am the janitor.
Oh my god, can someone tell me where the fuck is a school counselor then?
Next door over.
Anyway.
This school is just, it's fucking gigantic. So, this is, I don't know how schools are in the United States. This is not how schools are in my fucking country. This is a sitcom school. This is a fucking TV show school. Fucking has like a giant ass nursery, and it has like a fucking school counselor that you can go to in the middle of classes and just talk to. It's like, Jesus. I don't know if that's how any of that works.
As I was saying, wait, this is the school counselor, right? Yes. Right. So, anyway, it's like fucked, isn't it? Well, you see, bigotry is kind of
Fucking the John Money quote in the background. Like, I think that it's funny in multiple levels. The level one in which it's funny is that it's just a fucked up quote. Like, what the fuck? John Money, by the way, is the guy who did the stupid ass experiment where I don't know if it was like twins or identical twins or what, and one of them got their genitals fucked up during a botched circumcision, and the guy was like, it's okay, we'll raise them as a girl, and this will be like an interesting psychological experiment. And, you know, the thing is that, you know, they try to raise this boy as a girl, and the boy ended up having dysphoria, right? Like, they did not like being a girl. They felt wrong in their body. It's weird how, you know, a lot of transphobic people try to bring out this example as an example of how you cannot change someone's gender, but that's kind of the whole point, right? That some people, they get their gender determined by birth, and it doesn't matter what you do, that's the gender that they're gonna have, and it's this thing that is going to manifest regardless of the body that they're born with or that they are given in life. So, you know, in a sense, they created an artificial trans person. So yeah, that already makes the guy kind of fucking infamous. Like, that whole experiment was kind of fucking brutal and barbaric, and why would they do that to just a baby and a boy? And the kid ended up fucking killing himself after a while when they were, like, they transitioned back into being a boy, and then even after that, they ended up killing themselves at 19, I think. It's a horrible tragedy, and this man is a horrible monster. And on top of that, but the fact is that I went out looking for quotes by John Money, being like, okay, what can I find from this guy? And I found this. And I'm like, well, this guy just fucking sucks from every fucking angle. Holy shit. So that is one level in which the joke is funny. The second level is the fact that this guy, this motherfucker, the counselor guy, decided, oh, that's a good quote to hang on my school office. Also, I have a thing going on. I have a headcanon. Well, it's not a headcanon because I am the writer. But the backstory of this guy is that he is a repressed gay guy. He is gay, but he doesn't want to accept it. That's why at one point he interrupts himself, clarifying, "I love my wife very, very much because I am not gay." Right?
An inextricable part of society, is it not? And whenever I feel the weight of this upon me, my wife, whom I love very, very much, always reminds me to try and make the best of it. To make peace with it, if you will. To move forwards to a better future.
Is that it?
Well, what else do you want me to say?
I don't know, something useful.
In the original iteration of this script, Jennyffer was like a lot more aggressive, but I thought that making her pleading worked better. It made her more sympathetic and made the other guy more obviously stupid.
Oh, Jennyffer. I'm the school counselor.
How can I sing like a girl? This is yet another example of an entire scene written exclusively around the needle drop. Like, as soon as I started the Jennyffer project, I was like, well, I need to use this song somewhere, at some point, in some episode. This has to be included as part of the Jennyffer canon. So, you know, when I was like, oh, it can go here, it was like, yeah, sold, done, perfect. This episode now, it has to happen. Also, the watercolor ink spilling effect, that took me a while to research. One thing that I like about Jennyffer is I tried in every episode to learn something new. Jennyffer taught me a lot about video editing and video effects and all of that good stuff and how to use Premiere. And yeah, in every episode I always try to include a new cool thing that I could learn how to do on Premiere. And this was an interesting learning experience. I also really like how I did the shading on these drawings. Also, yeah, this is Sing Like a Girl by They Might Be Giants, obviously. So you can see how she's basically banging Ashley the second head on the door there. So I had an entire gag planned for these characters where every time that we saw Ashley or the new Ashley or the bullies, Jennyffer would find a way to take one of them down for some reason. Like one kills themselves, Jenny beats one of them up, one has to change schools, and so the title of Ashley kept changing from one to the other to the other to the other. And I had this idea that in the end there was going to be only one Ashley left, and this final Ashley was going to be like, you know what, I discovered something about myself. I am actually non-binary or lesbian or whatever. And she was gonna be like, you know what, I realized that I was completely wrong about everything. I'm sorry, Jenny. This might have happened in like a hypothetical prom dance scene, but you know, for whatever reason, because of how the episodes ended up shaking up, that never materialized, and I had to drop that running gag. You should go watch Satina. That is such a great reveal. I like how it's like there's this impression that the piss itself is like shining and illuminating the scene. And that was episode 4. You know what? I think I feel with enough energy to make episode 5. So I'll see you there.